Our fourth consecutive and final broadcast of the week takes us to Peabody, Massachusetts, the site of the girls' D1 preliminary round soccer matchup. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massard. Welcome to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, home of the Tanners and home to the Hilltoppers road game in girls soccer playoffs. It's great to be here for daytime soccer. It's a beautiful afternoon for high school sports and for playoffs. Had a chance to speak with the head coach of the Tanners, Andrew Douglas, just a couple moments ago, and he said he's very pleased with his team this year. The record's sub 500, but they've played up during the regular season, knowing that playing some higher divisions and some tougher opponents would definitely benefit them as they get towards the tournament time. And sure enough, power rankings, strength of schedule, it did help them. In fact, they get the home game here. He said it's a young Tanners team, so there is a little bit of inexperience here. He said that offensively, the team has struggled a bit, but they've certainly gotten better as the season's gone on. And I think that can be said for any young team because you start to gel, you start to understand the pace of the game, and therefore things start to form as the season goes. Things come together. And that's exactly what's happened for the Tanners. For the Hilltoppers, they started quite strong, and they've really played at a good level throughout the season. Now, we talk about strength of schedule, right? For Durfee, though, I think Durfee's at a negative. We've talked about this on some other broadcasts. Being so far down on the South Coast, you don't see as many D1 opponents as you would in this area. Brockton, I've always said it, has the advantage because of their proximity to Boston. So they play up in their schedule a lot. More D1 teams. Their pace of play is different. So that's why, a lot of times in the tournament we see some one-and-dones after a great regular season. But during the regular season, you're not seeing D1 every single game. I'd love to see more of that. That's this own broadcaster's opinion. Regardless, I can't make any, predictions here because we don't know what's going to happen. We hope Durfee wins. We're the home broadcast, but we got to play the game. So after an hour and 20 minutes, we'll see how things shake out. Thanks for sticking with us all week during our playoff coverage. It's great to be here. It's a beautiful day. We hope you'll stay with us live for girls soccer. It's coming up next, right after the break.
On Saturday, November 19th, from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., the Guns for Grocery Committee will be collecting unwanted guns and giving grocery cards to citizens that turn in weapons. This is a regional effort with locations in both Fall River and New Bedford. In Fall River, the location is the Blessed Trinity Church at 1340 Plymouth Avenue, and in New Bedford, it's the Pilgrim United Church at 634 Purchase Street. The goal of the Guns for Groceries program is public safety. We want to eliminate unwanted guns from our community. However, if you have a gun that you want to keep, we are also passing out gun locks. I want to stress that there will be no questions asked. Bring in a gun or multiple guns and you will receive Stop and Shop grocery cards and a Domino's pizza certificate. Participants will receive $75 for each long gun and $100 for each handgun. BB and pellet guns are also welcome, but will only receive a pizza certificate. Again, that is Saturday, November 19th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Blessed Trinity Church, 1340 Plymouth Avenue in Fall River, and in New Bedford, the Pilgrim United Church, 634 Purchase Street. Come by to turn in an unwanted gun or pick up a gun lock.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
Hi, my name is Laura Ferrera. I am the Director of Traffic and Parking for the City of Fall River. As the school year begins, we want to remind everyone of the school zone safety laws. Crosswalks are here for a reason, your safety. Please use them. Always wait for a crossing guard to stop traffic and escort you safely. Drivers, please use caution when entering a school zone. 20-mile-per-hour speed limits are strictly enforced as mandated by state law. By being respectful and patient with one another, we can all arrive at our destination on time and in one piece. Thank you for your attention. If you have concerns or questions, please contact my office at 508-324-2123. Let's have a wonderful school year.
Welcome back, everybody, to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. Evan Massoud with you. Getting started just a couple minutes late here at the high school. Both sides were just meeting. The captains were just meeting with the officials, and we are just about ready to get underway here. Durfee wearing their road white uniforms. The Peabody Tanners wearing their home blue uniforms for this preliminary round game. We welcome our viewers who are streaming live. And we thank you for tuning in, those of you who are watching from back home in Fall River. A couple unexpected technical difficulties, so you won't see graphics on the screen today. You will see it after the fact, but we can't get any of that on there for you today, but at least we are live. So we will, I'll keep you posted on time and whatnot as we go. You won't see the countdown, but, finicky little things sometimes, that little bugs that become a nuisance, and unfortunately today we hit one of them. After 3 games this week, back to back to back, no problems. Today, we run into some problems. Go figure. What can I say? So at least we're live and you can see the game. So we welcome you to the broadcast to Peabody, and we thank you for tuning in. Who would have thought here, November the 5th, and the clock is rolling, 76 degrees. You kidding me? I can't tell you how many games we've done in October where I've had to dress up like I'm going out to shovel snow in a blizzard. Meanwhile, here we are, November the 5th, and I still feel overdressed in long pants and a short-sleeve polo. Pretty crazy, but we'll take it. This is a great stretch that we've had. Last night was beautiful out in Boston for the boys soccer playoff, and here we are today for girls. Dias takes a shot, and the Hilltoppers get the first shot on goal this afternoon. Coach Andrew Douglas of the Tanners going with the backup goalie this afternoon, Alessandra Forgione. And she was tested early here. Take a moment to thank Dennis Desroches for the athletic director for helping us out, and the hospitality, all the ADs that for the schools we've visited this week. Really appreciate it. Made us all feel very much at home. Makes our job a lot easier, let me tell you. So very appreciative. Thank you so much to everybody for helping us out. Shot taken, and it's going to sail through the uprights. Might have been deflected as well. It's going to be a corner kick for the Hilltoppers on the far side here in the early goings. Shot taken wide to the right. Another chance. Hilltoppers take the shot, firing here in the first 3 minutes of the game. Not wasting time. Let's take a look at the starters for today as we get ready for the goal kick. For Durfee, the visiting 12, 5, and 1 Hilltoppers have Destiny Alua Rio. Number 2, number 4, Julia Hargraves. That is good! Hilltoppers strike first in the first 5 minutes. Durfee takes a 1-0 lead. So Durfee out to the fast start. Didn't get to finish the starters. So let's try that again. For Durfee, number 2, Destiny Alua Rio. Number 4, Julia Hargraves. Number 5, Abby Saunders. Number 9, Julia Raposa. Number 10, Emma McDonald. Number 11, Amelia Dias. Number 13, Zoe Sylvester. Number 15, Rachel Silva. Number 18, Madeline Hargraves, Maddie. Number 23, Julia Matos. And in goal, Abby Carrero, the number 0. And for the home team today, the Tanners. Starting in goal, number 1, Alessandra Forgione and her teammates. Number 4, Allie Betancourt. Number 5, Brooke Lomasny. Number 7, Lauren Woods. Number 9, Connie Patarelli. Number 10, Logan Lomasny, cousin of Brooke. Number 17, Captain Brene Cravero. Number 18, Maddie Barrett. Captain number 19, Penny Spack. Number 21, Jess Steed. Number 23, Captain Taylor Betancourt, sister of Allie. And number 44 is, she was the starting goalie throughout the season, but out to start this one today. That's Ava Joyce. So again, folks, we welcome you to the live broadcast. If you were with us right at the very top of the hour here, a couple technical problems that we're not able to provide the scoreboard and some graphics and playback and whatnot today. It was a connection issue, so kind of had to dumb it down a little bit, but still, we're live and that's what counts. The Hilltoppers scored in the first 5 minutes, so it is 1-0. Clock down here at 32:50 and counting, first half of the prelim game. So Durfee up 1-0. Shot taken by the Tanners down low, blocked by the defense. That shot was taken by Patarelli. And out of bounds. A big congratulations to the Diamond Bengals. The Diamond Boys victorious last night. They had a very late game as Peabody will have the corner kick here. They had an 8 o'clock game in Revere last night, and they came out on top 2-1 on the road in their prelim game. You know, we talked about it a little bit last night in the boys' game. For those of you who are watching and who were watching, you know this. So, you know, as the home team, you get to determine when stuff is played, when you host the game within the period of that round. And the Bengals were hoping to have that game be moved because last night was homecoming at Diamond. And their first round opponent here, their preliminary round opponent, was unwilling to try to help out Diamond. And the Bengals went in there with a bit of a chip on their shoulder because of that, and they took care of business on the road. So that had to feel good for the Bengals because I know that there was some frustration there. You know, and I said it last night, I'll say it again on this broadcast for this audience, is that, you know, at Durfee and I know at Diamond, you know, Bobby Bailey currently and previous athletic directors at Diamond, you know, very respectful and understanding of other schools' activities when we would host in Fall River a playoff game, and trying to work with the other team in the other school to make sure that it works for everybody. So I don't know what the hang-up was and why it was such a big deal to try to be flexible and help out Diamond, but I guess you could say what comes around goes around sometimes, and I'm very happy that Diamond came out on top last night. So 2-1 was the victory. They're going to play Medway tomorrow afternoon. So we wish the Bengals the best of luck in the round of 32 for D3 boys soccer. 10 minutes gone here in the first half of this one. 30 minutes exactly on the clock for the first half of play here. The Hilltoppers with the 1-0 lead. Crossing pass in the box off the toe. Not a super strong kick, but enough to have to force the goalie to make a play, force Forgione to make the play. That was a shot by Alua Rio. A good pass from that far side. Shot taken, and it's into the hands of Forgione. Down the other side of the field, Betancourt makes a move, centering pass. It's going to go towards the boundary line. It goes out on the goal line, and the Tanners will earn the corner kick. Good kick. It's going to go out of bounds again, and now a corner on the far side. That one being played by the Durfee defense, trying to get out of the box, and they do. Tripped up No whistle will play on. The ball gets way down this north side of the field. That gives Durfee's defense a little bit of a break. Silva with the big throw in on the far side. The somersault really gets a lot on that. And clearly a benefit to doing that. As it goes out of bounds, it'll be a throw in. This time, traditional throw. Shot toward the box, but Forgione will have a chance to make the play. Good pass to Hargraves, and she won't get there in time, but what a beautiful setup by the Hilltoppers. Nice crowd on hand for this afternoon's game. Peabody with well represented, the Hilltoppers with a good number of visiting traveling fans as well. Recognize a lot of familiar faces, so it's a great day for travel, a great day for a game. Hilltoppers with the free kick. Coming towards the sideline and out of play, it'll go. Durfee will have the throw. It's Matos coming over. And that goes out again. Durfee will have it. Pass on up ahead again, a little too far up the field. That time looking for, that looked like, oh, let me see. Let's get the binoculars out. Can't read the number. We are a little bit further away here. Oh, that's what I thought. It's McDonald, far side there. Okay. Yeah, it's a great setup here at Peabody. These bleachers remind me a little of Diamond. They're not as deep or as high. But I'd say they're easily twice as high as Durfee's bleachers, and then the press box is above that. So we're much higher here. This is like really a perfect angle for a stadium game. I've always said I felt like Durfee were just a little bit too low. But this is a great setup here. Anytime you can see the boundaries at all four corners of the field, that's when you know you have just enough height. And this field itself, there's very little shoulder to it, if you will. Like the benches are on the track because the yellow is the soccer boundaries. So there's literally like maybe 1 yard of extra turf. This is edge-to-edge field here. So the field itself looks smaller because Durfee, us at home, we have more sideline real estate, sideline turf. Which also can make you, as a fan, in the bleachers and having to look over the track and then over more sideline feel a little more removed as well. So I personally, I like this. I like the height. That's the biggest thing, is to be able to see across the field and not have any blind spots is great. Carrero will come out and scoop it routinely as we near the halfway mark in this first half. 22 minutes to play in the first half. Again, if you're just joining, Durfee scored within the first 4 minutes. Take a 1-0 lead. They had about 3 shots on goal, and the fourth one went in. Some space here. Good pass up on ahead to Alua Rio. She's going to be met by 2 Tanners down low, and it's cleared out. Looks like that was Lomasny. No, that was actually Penny Spack, one of the senior captains. Good wherewithal there, kicking it out on the side, right? So it doesn't go out on the goal line, forces the throw instead of a corner. And everybody will move up here. Caitlin Cucci will throw in. Hargraves sending it towards the box or into the box, and now cleared out by the Tanners defense as they play the sideline here. Good pass right down the line, but it's going to go out of play. They were looking for Patarelli. Instead, it'll be a throw-in for Durfee down the field. McDonald gets knocked down, and no whistles. Well, we saw last night in the boys' game, we saw whistles for less than that. The officials playing on here. Again, surprisingly, you know, I don't know how many of you tuned in last night for the boys' game, but you know, we had 3 officials on the field for conference games this year. But here in the playoffs, we're back down to 2. Very surprised by that. You know, we did volleyball on Wednesday at Diamond, playoff volleyball, and we had 4 officials on the court. On the smallest playing surface that you'll see all year, 4 officials. But here on your largest playing surface, really, edge to edge, only 2 officials on the field. Kind of surprising. That's going to go out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Gioni. Nope, she's going to give way to her teammate. As it went out of bounds. So Crivero will send it on a line. Goes to Woods. And Woods passing it towards midfield. Cucci is there for Durfee. Oh, that came up and hit hands. Out of bounds. Durfee will have it. Certainly looked like it went off of Betancourt's arm there. You never know with coming through Boston, what you're going to hit for traffic. And there was traffic. I asked Coach Roach, how they did coming up. She says, no, it's a good drive. There was some traffic, but a good drive. I got on the expressway, and everything seemed fine. That was the fastest way that, Google was telling me to go. And an accident had just happened because the first responders weren't even there yet, but there was an ambulance. So I said, wow. I said, what's going on? The left lane was closed. Turns out the ambulance was part of the accident. So really, the whole front end was smashed. There were 6 cars on the right shoulder, 2 on the left with the ambulance. Really a bad accident. Doesn't look like anybody was severely injured, luckily. But a lot of damaged cars, a lot of glass on the road. So, it's unfortunate. The expressway is always something. That was a bad one. Looking for McDonald, trying to settle it. Hargraves kicks it up the field. Kind of a hooking kick, grabbing it in the air. It's going to roll onto the track, and the Tanners will have it. Coming up on 16 minutes here, remaining in the first. Still 1-0 Durfee. Hilltoppers have had more chances than the Tanners, but the Tanners had a few shots down the other end, particularly when they were on their corner kicks maybe about 10 plus minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And since that opening 5 minutes where Durfee had a few shots on goal, including the lone goal, things have kind of evened out a little bit. Tanners have kind of matched Durfee's pace of play pretty quickly. And out of bounds. Durfee will have it. Going to be a free ball for the Tanners. Toward the box and blocked. Loose ball, and it's cleared out by the defense. Carrero was on the turf, unable to make the play. It came loose. And the Hilltoppers very lucky right there to still be holding a 1-0 lead. Now a free kick for the Hilltoppers as Dias will send it from up the field here. Good spot to kick from. Bending a little bit in, but it's going to sail over everybody, and it's picked in the air by Forgione. Trading free kicks here. Good send down the field, right to the edge of the box. Down into the box, Carrero will come out, shielded by her defense, giving some protection there. Up the field. Out of bounds. Should be Durfee ball, and it is. That's a great effort there by the Hilltoppers and Cucci to put the pressure on. It'll be a free kick. Hargraves will take the shot. And it's going to sail. Tripped up in the box. McDonald got tripped up down low in the box. But no foul called. Final 10 minutes of this first half. 1-0 Hilltoppers. Oh, blocked. They were looking for Aluario. She was breaking on the near side. Dias with the pass to Aluario. In traffic, gets blocked. It'll go out of bounds on the goal line. And it should be a corner for the Hilltoppers. Coming in on a bounce. Back towards the sideline. Kept in, firing back. And another corner coming for Durfee. That was Matos who put that shot on. Now it'll be Dias going for the corner kick. I'll change it up a little bit here. Throw in down the field now for the Tanners. Leaves flying here. A little gusty today, despite the warmth. Ooh, kind of a swing and a miss there for Hargraves. Kind of pulled up a little lame there for a moment. Shot taken, and it's going to be off the side of the goal. Free kick for Durfee. High shot there, headed towards McDonald, being shielded by the defender. Was being wrapped around. Back, shot taken, top right corner, and it's going to go again wide to the right. Hilltoppers keep putting it on net as we've hit the final 5 minutes of the first. Out of bounds. And Matos will throw. Comes back to her off the foot of Hargraves. Now to Alua Rio. Back to Hargraves, but she's going to be met by traffic. Gets pushed down. Out of bounds. Good surge here for Patarelli. Shot taken. Oh, it's in front. And Carrero blocks it. Another one put down the field. And Carrero there to make the scoop. Some great chances right there for the Tanners in the last 60 seconds. Durfee has some help here. 5-on-4. Passed on up ahead, but out of reach of Dias, and it'll be scooped. Down into the corner now. Centering pass by Betancourt right across the goal. Ball is still in play and cleared out on the sideline by Durfee's defenders. Hilltoppers clear it out. Out of bounds. Durfee ball. And we've hit the 2-minute mark here in the stadium. So clock has stopped in-house. Pass to Betancourt again. Taken away by Hargraves. A whistle coming. Wow, an official timeout here. They're forcing Dias off the field, saying that she stopped the game, but the ball was still live and in play. So forcing a substitution for the Hilltoppers. That's all I could hear from up here. Never seen that one before. That's a new one. Because there was no incident. Throw in on the far side now for Durfee. About a minute left in the first. Now a corner for the Hilltoppers. Off the foot, comes back, it's still in play. Hargraves looking for some space. Had about 3 defenders behind her. And now a quick transition for the Tanners. Patarelli down the field. It goes out of bounds. Good surge there. Great pass up the field, but can she get there? No. A little too much forward spin on that one. Picked up speed. And the whistle sounds. 40 minutes in the books. And the Hilltoppers with the 1-0 advantage at halftime. Thanks to the goal they scored in the first 4 minutes of the game. So Durfee leading here at the break in the sudden death playoff round here. A 10-minute halftime. We will have the second half right after the break. Stay with us for more live soccer on Fred TV.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't want to be one of the nameless. I'm awake wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory, yeah. Don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring, I just want a life that is worth every day exploring,
At Durfee, we have dozens of electives that will give you plenty of opportunities to stay engaged and excited about your education.
The Career and Vocational Technical Education Program, or CTE, is truly a hands-on experience that encourages you to investigate possible career pathways and find your passion.
The Construction Craft Laborer program will give you the foundations of building from the ground up. Students will pour concrete, weld, read blueprints, and learn proper construction site safety regulations.
Explore your creative side in visual design. Focus on digital photography and dive into graphic design using Photoshop and InDesign. You'll graduate Adobe certified.
In engineering, your designs come to life on one of our 18 3D printers. We'll train you on industry circuit design tools, the same tools that are used every day in well-paying manufacturing jobs. You'll also explore robotics, mechanical engineering, and site design and development.
In culinary arts, you'll work at the Granite Grill, Durfee's on-site restaurant. Our 4 executive chefs teach meal prep, kitchen safety, cooking and baking, and all facets of food service. Durfee School Store, The Summit, is run by students in our marketing program. You'll gain knowledge of business plan development, market research, public relations, advertising, and business ethics. You might even be selected to compete in the international DECA competitions.
If cosmetology is your dream, look no further than the Elevations Beauty Academy. Students can leave Durfee as a state-certified cosmetologist. It's a license that would nearly cost $20,000 elsewhere.
Speaking of licenses, students can earn a certified nursing assistant license through our health assisting program. The need for CNAs is off the charts. Juniors and seniors are eligible for the health assisting internship and be paid to work at a medical facility. Another exciting program is environmental technology, where you'll study hydro and aquaponics, plant a garden, and grow and harvest plants in the brand new greenhouse.
In early education and care, students will create activities and instruct preschoolers, as well as study child development. Essential topics include behavioral management, first aid, and parent-teacher relationships.
Through Durfee Discovery, many freshmen spent a few weeks engaged in the CTE department. However, if you missed out on Durfee Discovery, don't worry. You can still enroll in one of our incredible programs in your sophomore year.
You may know Fred TV as a local television station in Fall River, but Fred TV is also an award-winning educational program at Durfee that gives students hands-on experience in film and television.
Our new state-of-the-art TV studio offers a green screen, a news desk, and a talk show set. Students will direct, film, and work with various cameras, broadcast and act, and even edit. Students take their work seriously. They enjoy producing projects including sound animation, news stories, movie trailers, movies, and music videos.
Fred TV classes are not a part of the Durfee Discovery program, but you can sign up to take TV1 during your freshman year.
The Durfee Navy Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps program develops self-discipline and the ability to be a leader. NJROTC focuses on the formation of critical thinking skills by instilling habits of precision and accountability. Students have the option of taking an NJROTC class as an elective to fulfill phys ed requirements.
The Wellness Department offers a variety of options for students looking to improve their mental and physical health. CPR, first aid, lifeguard training, and swimming for fitness utilize the new regulation-sized pool, health, walking for fitness, and stress management in our health and fitness wing, and individual and team sports and PE buddies through Learn to Serve.
In visual arts, students might work outside their comfort zone. Your creations could even be displayed in the new gallery.
In sculpture, students brainstorm and build 3D objects using a variety of materials such as cardboard, tape, and wire.
The ceramic studio boasts a professional setup equipped with pottery wheels and kilns that reach over 2,000 degrees. Students mold small and large vessels that are artful, useful, or a little of both.
Foundations of painting or drawing teaches you the basics with 2D materials like colored pencils, watercolors, ink, and collage. We also offer AP 2D art for the more serious student.
In fashion design, we have a fully stocked studio with fabrics of all types. You'll learn to design and sew clothing, home goods, handbags, and more.
Always wanted to learn how to play an instrument? Percussion, piano, and guitar classes are available for the aspiring musician. Instruments are provided, so take your pick.
Band, chorus, and orchestra meet daily. Students in these ensembles perform in at least 2 public concerts each year. Are you a garage band fan? Learn how to compose your own musical masterpiece in music production. Theater design and construction is for students interested in learning and applying technical skills for both concerts and theatrical performances. You'll work collaboratively for Durfee High School productions and other public events.
Additional arts department classes include acting, musical theater, and music around the world.
In Learn to Serve, students are required to complete a minimum of 20 site-based community service hours each term at Durfee and around the city. Students who exceed 100 community service hours are eligible for additional scholarships. Project Red and Black is a full-year honors-level service learning program. Seniors work closely with nonprofit agencies while receiving personalized education in the core subjects. To be enrolled in Project Red and Black, you must have a recommendation from your guidance counselor.
In the English department, students can expect to craft short stories, poems, and even plays. Freedom of expression comes in many forms through our Freedom Writers and Creative Writing courses. Intro to Media Studies teaches writing for newspapers or magazines. Other electives will have you diving into great stories in the Thrillers and Chillers and Heroes and Villains classes.
Computer science elective courses in the math department are offered from introductory to AP level and explore cryptography, app development, and robotics, as well as algorithms, big data, the binary number system, and more. Additionally, a cybersecurity class is available. Problem solving and creativity are essential. In science, there are a number of Project Lead the Way electives, including biomedical, which allows students to examine the world of medicine. Discover the universe with our brand new observatory and planetarium in our astronomy course. Other science electives include human biology, forensics, and meteorology. Durfee offers curriculum that connects individual students to the global society. Social studies is a civics lens that shows students their voice matters. You'll examine historical themes and social justice. Available electives include African American Studies, Sports and American Life, History of Fall River, Psychology, Criminal Justice, and Sociology.
Multi-language speakers are sought after in the workforce. New for the next school year in the World Language Department, Arabic 2 will be available to students who have already completed Arabic 1. While students must fulfill their world language requirement, additional courses explore politics, culture, history, cuisine, and sports worldwide. Students might consider Latino studies, global citizenship, invitations to French language, and Spanish culture.
For more information about these courses or the many other electives available to you, schedule a time to speak with your guidance counselor.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cantara Oliveira. I'm a member of the Community Preservation Committee and the Historical Commission. Welcome to the Lafayette Durfee House.
I'm David Jennings, curator. Built in 1750, this is one of the best living history representations in Massachusetts.
Judge Thomas Durfee, the original owner, was also an admired patriot. Judge Durfee made sizable purchases of equipment and weapons to outfit Revolutionary War soldiers, including his own son. Generals and Minutemen frequently met here for secret and strategic military planning.
But by the 1970s, the home's significance was largely forgotten and it was slated for demolition. Preservationists rallied, first to fund the restoration and secondly to resurrect interest in the heroic Durfee family.
The original frame and foundation are intact. Craftsmen worked tediously to repair or replace decorative elements.
Visitors are encouraged to handle artifacts and work alongside artists. The Lafayette Durfee House is included in the National Register of Historic Buildings and exceeds standards of the Secretary of the Interior.
However, time continuously ravages the one-of-a-kind structure. Grants from the Community Preservation Committee, as well as monetary contributions, spearhead the efforts of tireless volunteers.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Welcome back, everybody, to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. As we get ready for the second half, the teams are on the field. Great to be with you live from the road. The Hilltoppers lead it 1-0. They scored in the first 4 minutes, and they held that lead. So they come into second half play with the advantage in the sudden death game. Prelim round, D1, Hilltoppers versus the Tanners. And Peabody's had some great opportunities, just unable to bury one into the goal. And even Durfee, they've had tons of chances in just the one. So this game could definitely be a higher scoring game at this point. But, you know, the goalies, the defense have stepped up when needed. And so as a result, only the 1-0 game. So now we've switched sides here, if you're just tuning in. Durfee in the white road uniform, shot taken to the left side and right into the hands. Tracking it all the way was Forgione. Nicely done. On a ball that was kind of hooking towards the post. Off the toes, a lot of backspin coming toward the sideline, out of bounds. Let's see, went out on the goal line, the official says. It's going to be a corner kick for the Tanners here in the opening 2 minutes. See, the flag is on the ground. It is quite gusty at field level. I mean, it's certainly warm, but very breezy up here. And this school up on a hill, so anytime you get above, kind of regular, street level, we know from at Durfee, the wind comes flying from Ray Street and Wiedemo Street over the complex. So, and Diamond too, from Stonehaven right over the school and over the fields. So we know how that works, the higher elevation. Hilltoppers, McDonald wants it. Pass on up ahead. Can she get there? Looks like she will. She'll take the shot, and it's deflected. Loose in front, and it goes out of play. What a job by Forgione. Able to get a piece of it to deflect it enough. Should be a corner. And she was the last to touch it, and it is. Great break for Durfee. Good pass to McDonald, and a great play from Forgione. Dias in the corner. They played on the ground. A little bit of a misfire that time. Durfee sure like to get that one back, I'm sure, but that's okay. I like the idea. Just a little bit off the toes. And square up on it too much. The Peabody boys team is looking on. They're on the left side of the bleachers because they're actually playing next. There's a doubleheader here of playoff soccer for the Tanners. Both girls and boys earning home games here in their respective brackets. Hargraves back to Dias. Gonna take the shot, and Wynn knocked it down. And the winner of this one will play at Algonquin on Monday, a 6 o'clock game. Algonquin kind of near the 495, 290 interchange, that area. They're the number 4 seed, 12-0-6, unbeaten this year. Shot taken, and it's good! The Tanners have tied it up with a perfect shot that was out of reach, well over Carrero's head. And it looks like it was Lomazny with the equalizer. One to one the score at 5 minutes and 8 seconds into the second half. Look how much things can change in this game so quickly. Durfee had that 2-on-1 break literally just a couple moments ago. And no fouls called. One of the Tanners tending to McDonald, and they'll still play on. The officials turning a back to this. An injury timeout here, finally. It wasn't McDonald, it was Maddie Hargraves. We saw whistles for much less last night in the boys' game, let me tell you. Clock stopped at 34:20. And now that's called against Durfee. Far less. Yep, it's a road game, folks. It's a road game. We're not home. Down in the box. That looked like hands in the box. Ooh, that was close. Hilltoppers, I think, got away with one. The ball looked to have come up. Pretty certain it hit Saunders. But the official was right there. It certainly looked like it, but Gucci stretching for it. Silva gets pushed down. Line drive kick right to Hargraves. Now to McDonald, working this near side now. Maddie Hargraves standing on the far sideline. Looks like she's ready to come back in. So that's a good sign for Durfee. Dias coming back to kick it away. This game just over 1 hour old. We started a few minutes late, 2:11 here in the afternoon. Game started at about 1:05. Was scheduled for 1. And Hargraves coming back in. Shot taken, it's going to sail. And Julia Hargraves got taken out that time. Quickly back to her feet. 10 minutes gone here in the second half. 30 minutes to play, tied at 1. Hilltoppers scored in the first 5 minutes of the first half, and the Tanners answered here in the first few minutes of the second half. Durfee will get the free kick. Ten strides. The official backing the girls. Yeah, they're way too close. Right through and right into the hands of Forgione. Nice shot by Silva to turn it around. Perfect pass, but it went by McDonald. Oh, that was off the shoulders. The ball is loose. Carrero. Well played by Saunders. It'll be a corner for the Tanners, but it broke up the shot. Lomasny will kick it away. Goes past the goal. Matos is there, goes out of bounds, and Durfee will have the throw. Another corner coming in. Header towards the goal, and Carrero makes the play. A kick fading, and it goes out of bounds, kind of tailed away. So a throw in now for the Tanners on the far side. And offsides. I like the idea. Just cheated up a little too far. So the free ball for the Hilltoppers now. Good strong kick down the field. Hargraves trying to get it free, turns it around, still working hard, and it's taken away. Back toward the emblem at midfield. And Sylvester kicks it backwards. Durfee trying to spread it out a little bit. Hargraves end around Woods and passes it up on ahead to her sister. Oh, excuse me, that was Tadias. Now her sister with it in the corner to McDonald. Centering pass, shot taken, it comes back. Good defense from the Tanners. Knocked down in the box. McDonald down again. And it comes all the way back to midfield. Saunders gets cut off. It'll be Durfee ball. McDonald to Hargraves, calls for it, gets it back. She's in double coverage, though, down in the corner. Now they'll go to Hargraves. Hargraves tripped up, tangled up. I'm going to give it to Carrero, who will kick it away. Going to the far side of the field. Oh, great move. Shot taken and batted away by Carrero. Goes out of bounds, and the Tanners will have the corner, but the save from Abby Carrero. Ball comes out of the box. Oh, big hit against McDonald. That hit Hargraves on the forearm. And a card issued against the Tanners. Good, strong kick heading towards the top of the box. Misplayed, McDonald down there. Now Hargraves takes the shot, and it's going to go through the uprights. Bouncer in the box, crossing, nothing doing. "20 minutes gone here in the second half. 20 minutes to play in regulation. Durfee 1, Peabody 1. Tie game here in the prelim round of the D1 tournament. Very aggressive game from both sides. Very entertaining, very physical game. We've played 60 minutes. Can one of these two teams break the tie in the final 20, or will we go into a 10-minute sudden death overtime period? Silva earns the call. Steed doesn't like it. So Dias will kick again. Now an infraction called against the Hilltoppers down low. Down the field, Hilltoppers defense has to get back. And they swarm now. Shot's going to be taken, and Carrera will make the play, diving to her right. Steed is going to be talked to by the official. Well, Coach Douglas of the Tanners said it to me pregame. He said, you know, it's a young team, but definitely an aggressive team, and we're seeing that. Pace of play here has been tremendous, both ways. And that's going to sail to the right, goes over the fencing. You know, this is we saw this yesterday at BC High as well, though these posts and screens, the netting a little bit lower. The ones at BC High were as high as the uprights. You see those black posts behind the goal there to kind of keep the ball in play and not have it go all the way to the edge of the track on either side. I would love to see that at Durfee. That'd be great for both field goals and for soccer and eventually field hockey. If and when the stadium gets lined for that, it would certainly keep things moving. How many times, if we don't have someone to go shag balls down on the borders that like we have right here, ball retrievers, some youngsters doing that for us today from Peabody, but times where it just goes all the way to the corner of the track and just kind of wastes time. So that's kind of a nice thing to put up there. And of course, those can come up or down. So like in the off season, the netting could come off and no damage would be done to it. Down the field, it's going to be a foot race to the ball. Hargraves will get there first, but now met with traffic. And now Hargraves gets a yellow card. Frustrated with the call. Oh, crossing pass, got to be cleared out. Still loose and still in play. Nice job. Saunders covered a ton of ground to get there. And she broke it up. Cleared out of the box for the moment. Still loose. Shot taken, and on one hop, Carrero able to bat it down and grab it. McDonald kicks it backwards, going to Silva, who will let it, well, I was going to say let it fly. It ended up staying more a lower kick, and it was played by Maddie Hargraves. Shot taken, and right into the hands of Forgione. That's a foul. Soft lobber to the edge of the box. Betancourt trying to turn it around. It will be cleared away. Down the far sideline. Oh, another body check. No whistle that time. Shot taken, no, blocked. Comes back out. Another shot taken, and it's going to go wide to the right. Carrera watched it the whole way. Made sure to close off the post just in case. And it stays away from the goal. Bouncer on the sidelines. It'll be Tanner's ball. Nice job by Steed, kind of back away from it, so she didn't touch it before it left the field of play. McDonald loses it. And Silva will send it to the sideline. 10 minutes remain in the second half in regulation, tied at 1 aside. And both teams have had a lot of chances in the second half to break this tie, and neither side able to do it. Another collision. And it's going to be Durfee ball. Tanner's ball. Both players getting tangled up, and the ball never left the field until they got back up. Shot, it's going to go well out of play, over everything. And the Hilltoppers will take a timeout here with 9:24 left in regulation. And while we have a minute, we'll recap what we know has gone down so far in tournament play this week. We covered girls volleyball at Diamond on Wednesday, a prelim game, Division III. The Bengals won 3-1 over the High School of Commerce, earning them a spot in the round of 32 against the number 1 seed, Dennis Yarmouth. They were 15-5 in the regular season, and Dennis Yarmouth defeated Diamond yesterday via a sweep in 3 games. So 3-0 the final there. So the Lady Bengals have been eliminated. Wachusett Regional was the site of D1 field hockey's Durfee's round of 32 game. The Hilltoppers lost that one 3-0 on Thursday. Wachusett hosting Belmont, the number 13 seed, on Tuesday at 6. So the Mountaineers have advanced. Boys soccer we covered last night, D1. Durfee at BC High, and the Hilltoppers lost 2-0. BC High traveling to Arlington tomorrow. D3 boys soccer, the Bengals, winners on the road late last night in Revere against Excel Academy. 2-1, they play at Medway tomorrow in the D3 round of 32. In girls soccer, D3, the Bengals had a real tough one yesterday, unfortunately. Lost 8-0 to Foxborough. Foxborough traveling to Dedham now for the round of 32 tomorrow. And here we are today, the D1 bracket for girls soccer. Winner will play at Algonquin Monday night at 6 o'clock. Algonquin, the number 4 seed. No losses on the year for that team, 12-0-6. As we are out of the timeout and the clock is rolling, 9 minutes to play in regulation. And that recaps it all. So as of right now, the Durfee girls, they're still playing, still in it. And the Diamond boys still in it. But that's it. Down in the corner, out on the sideline, and Durfee has the throw. Looking at some of the lower divisions in D5 boys soccer, Atlantis Charter back in the tournament. The Tritons, they won in the prelims. They're playing tomorrow at Sutton, the number 2 team. So they'll travel. And a handball. The Atlantis Charter girls also made the tournament this year. They lost to Blue Hills 6-0, so they're out. Conley, nothing for soccer. Free kick from right outside the box. Seven minutes to play. Captain Brene Crivero will try to break the tie in the late stages. The free kick from the 15. Blocked. Still in play in the box, now straight up in the air. Who will have it? It's headed towards the goal. Still loose, and Carrero falls on it for the save. Great effort. And she'll let it go here. She punts it away. Jessica Duda getting taken out, and another free kick for Crivero. This one going kind of across the field, a little different setup, and it's cleared away. Middle of the field to Hargraves. Pass on up ahead, a chance. The shot is taken, and it is good! With 5 minutes to go, the Hilltoppers have taken the lead. 2-1. Durfee hasn't scored in 70 minutes. That's how early they scored the first one. And now here with 5 minutes to play, 5:03 to be exact. Clock about to stop in the stadium. And the Hilltoppers with the 1-goal lead. Shot taken wide to the right. And another timeout here. Stop the clock on our end. Approximately 3:35 left to play by our count.
Here we go, Abby!
Shot taken down low, a chance for Durfee to add an insurance goal. Oh, and a bit of a collision with Forgione. Seems okay. Two to one Durfee, a late goal here in the second half. And by our estimation here, just about a minute left. And what's been a tremendously entertaining game here in playoff soccer here up in Peabody. Waiting on the throw. Now Durfee will have it. Time running out for the Tanners. We had so many near misses, or near shots, I should say. Great saves by Carrero. Great saves by Forgione. I mean, both offenses really put some good shots together today in a game that probably could have gone to maybe 4-4 or 5-4 Only 3 goals total. That's going to draw a whistle. Crivero trying to get around, able to get the pass off, and it's cleared. Back down the field now, McDonald doing an about face. Silva guarding the line. It's taken back, Hargrave steps in, clears it out. Another throw here for Spack. Down the field to Patarelli. And it's out of bounds. Be a goal kick. Oh, I thought that was going to be Tanner's ball. It's Durfee ball. Watching our official in the middle of the field. He's been watching the stopwatch. Keeps looking down, so it's close to over here. Hilltoppers trying to hang on after scoring with 5 minutes to play in regulation to break a 1-1 tie and take a 2-1 lead. Hilltoppers want to celebrate. A very physical and aggressive game played by both teams. That's the game, and Durfee can celebrate a road victory. They come to Peabody, and they're 2-1 winners over the Tanners, and will play at Algonquin on Monday in the round of 32. This team struggled so much 3 years ago. Last year making the tournament, but were one and done. This year on the road, and able to come out on top. And both sides, I mean, really, both sides played a tremendous game. This was a physical, aggressive, fast-paced game. And the Hilltoppers come out on top here north of Boston on this Saturday afternoon in the prelim round. Exciting stuff. The Lady Hilltoppers, the last Durfee team standing in the tournament, and they will play again. Again, the bracket has it scheduled for Monday at 6 p.m. At Algonquin Regional. Algonquin is the number 4 seed, 12-0-6. I can't say live right now whether we will be there or not, but I will work on that. Be sure to check back with us on our Fred TV Sports Facebook page right here. We will let you know whether or not we can make the trip, and we'll be there. Like and follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube as well on our channel under the same name. This game will be archived there as well. Hilltoppers win it. An exciting nail-biter. 2-1, the final score from Peabody. For our camera operator today, David Montero. Our student crew, Anthony Granum. I'm Evan Massoud. Thanks for tuning in. And again, check back with us on our Facebook page for updates on the next matchup, which is scheduled for Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Get out and enjoy the sunshine. And congrats to the Hilltoppers on the win. So long.